Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. It's been a minute. So last time I talked to you guys, I did, bump the camera. I did a little clothing haul for things that I was taking with me to New Orleans. I have been to New Orleans and now I'm back. So I wanted to film a video, obviously, because I'm here. I have had people ask me, people that are like in my real life, ask me for a like super basic beginner's everyday makeup look. My hair's a mess, excuse that. So I thought I would sit down, get that Michigan accent. Thought I'd sit down and do that. Just a super basic, kind of like what I do on an everyday, because the makeup that you see me wear in videos, I guess sometimes I would wear out in the world. But for the most part, if I'm going to work, if I'm going to the grocery store, I don't wear makeup. But if I'm like going to work, I just do something super basic because I'm wearing a mask all day. So I will show you kind of what I do. I'll add a little bit more. So that it's kind of encompassing the entire face. So yeah, let's get into it. Also wanted to remind you to drink your water, because I know you haven't had enough water yet today. I've already moisturized my face. I've still been using the Dr. what is this pronounced? Hauschka products. I really like them. Still smell rank as heck, but they work really well, so that's what I've been using. I'm going to start with the primer, and the primer that I'm using is the Milani Supercharged Dewy Primer with ginseng and citrus extracts. I like this quite a bit. I didn't think I did at first, but so far it is working well. I'm running out of my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Primer, which is my absolute favorite. So this is kind of what I've been using lately. I'm going to try to use products that are more accessible to everybody. I mean, nothing that I have in my collection is like crazy expensive. I don't have like YSL or, you know, Dior or anything like that. But I will try to stay in the drugstore priced range so that it's a little bit more accessible to everybody. Even though I do love my higher end stuff, but drugstore makes awesome stuff too. I'm gonna skip foundation because, one, as I've said in previous videos, I kind of like when my imperfections peek out a little bit so things look a little bit more natural. And also, it's getting to be summer, despite the fact that I'm wearing a sweater right now, and foundation is heavy and it's hard and it's stupid. I mean, especially when you're wearing a mask all day, there's no point. So I'm instead going to be using a BB cream. This is from Andalou Naturals, and it is the Vitamin C Beauty Balm, and it has SPF 30. And with this, I just use my hands. I don't bother with a sponge or a brush. I just go in there and get it on there, because for the most part, it just looks like a tinted moisturizer. It doesn't look crazy. It's not super high coverage. And it just kind of evens things out a little bit. See, I had some like redness in here that is not as pronounced. I am going to go in with a little bit of concealer. I'm not going to go crazy. Because this is something that I wear every day. Why am I framed strangely here? Something that I wear every day, and I don't want things to be fussy when I'm at work or if I'm just like around the house, because sometimes I will just put makeup on for myself around the house. And with this, I am going to use a sponge. This one is dirty because I'm lazy and I haven't cleaned things in a while. And this one is from e.l.f. So the concealer that I'm using is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer, and it is in CW00. Just looks like this. When I'm doing my concealer, I have a mirror And I go under my eyes. This concealer is a little bit warm for me, but it's okay. Good shade though. Just try to conceal some of that darkness. Try to make myself look a little bit more awake. I do a little bit on my chin because I have some hyperpigmentation there. And then I just kind of dot it on any of the spots that I might want, just to get a little bit more coverage. I don't go nuts, so then I'll just take my sponge and dab it in. So if you are new to makeup, like some people who have asked for this video are, and you are curious about the sponge, if you've never used a sponge, if you just don't use makeup, but you're curious, you want to dab, you don't want to drag, because then you're just going to move everything around. Also, I'm not going to lie to you, there are other channels. They're going to be much better at explaining makeup than I am. But that's that. And so you can still kind of see some marks, some pigmentation. Got a couple little blemishes happening, but that's skin. Your skin is never gonna look flawless. Any videos that you see on YouTube, most of them have a filter. I'm not gonna do that to you. One, I'm lazy, I don't wanna edit it that much. Two, it's not realistic. Like, we all have blemishes, we have marks, we have texture, and that's just how our skin looks. So it's okay. It's okay for those things to peek through. I don't think I do things in quite the right order, but makeup doesn't have rules, so I'm gonna do my brows next. I do mine with a combination of the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. This is the best drugstore brow pencil that I have found. I have like, I don't know, 5 other ones sitting in my collection that just didn't work. My brows are super fussy because they are very sparse. I don't have a whole lot to work with, so I gotta work with them. Then I also use the Maybelline brow gel that I'll show you once we're filled in. So the way I do my brows is I'll start from the front, because that's really, I mean, I had them filled in a little bit earlier, but it's kind of faded because I was doing stuff. So the way I do my brows is I'll start in the inner portion, and this isn't super sharp, but it works for me, so use whatever product you're comfortable with. This is just what I have found works best for me. And I think this is $3 or $5, so it's very cheap. Not cheap. It's very affordable, but the quality is really nice. So I'll start in the middle and just do super light strokes like that. And then I'll go over the top to give it the shape. And then I'll go back through. And the whole time just doing very light, feathery strokes so that I get the fullness and the opacity that I want. And I'll do the same thing to the other one and I'll come back. Alright, so once that's done on the other end, ooh, dropped my mirror. On the other end is a spoolie. I lost the lid to the pencil end. But on the other end is a spoolie, and then I'll just comb through, because before I do that, they do look pretty blocky and fake. And that's not what we're going for. So I'll just comb through like that. Make sure nothing looks terrible. I mean, you typically do this in about 10 minutes in the morning, so it's not always gonna look perfect. And after that, I like to go in with the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt. This is a brow gel that has pigment in it, so it looks like this. And the brow gel is a little bit lighter than my natural, or not natural, than the pencil that I use. But it adds some volume and makes things look a little bit more natural. And also it kind of grabs onto whatever hairs I did not get when I was filling them in. And that looks horrendous, holy camole. Okay, that's a little bit better. Still looks a little bit wild until everything else is done, but I used to do like the Instagram brow and it's just so difficult. It took me like a couple seconds to fix this, and I prefer the kind of feathery brows. I just feel like it suits me a little bit more. It's easier to take care of, and if my makeup gets a little messy during the day, then it doesn't matter. So next I'm gonna do bronzer. My favorite bronzer is not a really affordable one. It's from Tarte and it's cream bronzer. So instead we're gonna go with my next favorite, and it's the ColourPop Pressed Powder. And it's just in the shade bronzer. So I'm gonna use a brush from Glamlight. You can use any big fluffy brush. This is just the one that I grabbed. It's the one that I've been using most, I guess. So I'm just gonna, it's dirty, but I'm gonna go in. I am not a precise contour kind of gal, so this is what I do. And I think I've showed it in a couple other videos, but I just go in and add some color where the sun would naturally hit me, because I think that that is what is most flattering for my face. So this is what I do. So I'll do it around my cheeks, up onto kind of the temple area here, just wherever the sun naturally hits me. That's where that bronzer goes. I'll do it on my nose. I know most people don't like it on their nose, but I do, because I have a slightly more prominent nose, so it helps to kind of tone that down a little bit. And then I'll do it on my jawline, down onto my neck a little bit. Next we're gonna do blush. I tend to do my face before my eyes. I don't know why, it's just like what I do. But I'm gonna use one from Wet n Wild, and it is the Color Icon blush in Pearlescent Pink. It's like a peachy color, and it's got some like gold shimmers in there. And I'm gonna use a brush from BH Cosmetics. It's from the Studio Pro line, and it's brush number 2. So again, everybody's face shape is different. You just have to find what placement works best for yours. So mine is like right on the apples of the cheeks and up toward the hairline. And I like this blush, one, because it's super affordable. I think it was $2 or $3, and it gives a nice glow and also a little bit of color. And then I'll also do a little bit up on my forehead, just a bit to keep that color going. There's some of you who are not super crazy beginners are wondering, hey, why didn't you set your under eye? If I could speak. And that is just because I am very dry and it tends to look very crepey and cakey if I do set my under eye. You can do whatever you want. It's your face, it's your makeup. There are no rules. Set your under eye if you want to. Play around, experiment. Yeah. Next we're gonna highlight, and I realized that I don't have a lot of like drugstore highlighters, so this is the one that I have. It's really old, it's probably expired, but should still work. It's the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in Precious Petals. These Wet n Wild highlighters are amazing. The brush that I'm using is one from Amazon. It just looks like this. It came in a pack of like bamboo handled brushes. So I think the general placement of highlighter is, the general placement of highlighter is on the top of your cheekbone, I like to put it next to my brow bone on that temple area. I just think it's pretty there. I put it on top of my brow bone and kind of up onto the forehead there. And yeah. So there's more light on this side. You'll be able to see better on this side where that highlighter is. And then down the nose. I don't like to do this because, as I said, I do have a more prominent nose, but a lot of people do. I do like to put it on the tip though. I think that's kind of pretty. And then I do it on either side of my chin, because I had heard that if you have dry skin, that's what you should do, so that's what I do. And then on the upper lip, just on that cupid's bow area, makes your lips look a little bit fuller. At this point in the makeup stage, before I do my eyes, I do like to go in with a setting mist. I just took the cap off. This one is from Believe Beauty. You can get this at Dollar General if you have a Dollar General near you. And it is the Makeup Perfecting Setting Spray. I don't use a mattifying spray. Do I need to repeat it? If you have oily skin, use a mattifying spray. If you have dry skin, use a regular or a dewy spray. My dewy sprays are all high-end, a little bit expensive. This is a really good one if you're looking for a dewy setting mist. It's from Cover FX. It's the Dewy Finish Setting Spray. I really, really like this one. I can't remember where or when I got this. I think it might have been in BoxyCharm. I can't remember. Another really good one is from Fourth Ray Beauty that you can get on the ColourPop website, and it is their vitamin C, I think it's called Do Me Up setting mist, and it has like gold particles. It's very pretty. But this is the one that I'm going to use today. I've been using it for a while now and I like it. Oop. Uh-oh. There it is. I've been using more cream products lately because you're all tired of hearing me say how dry my skin is, I'm sure. It's real dry. So I've been using cream products, and it just looks much more natural on me. But another good setting mist, as much as it pains me to say it, because Morphe drives me up a freaking wall. They're just a cult. It's a cult, I swear to you. But their setting mist is really good, and I hate to say that, but it is. It's good. And that's the one that I've been using the most lately. But if you have a Dollar General near you, their line, their Believe Beauty line, is actually fantastic. I really, really like it. I have a couple lipsticks. I have their foundation, which is really good when I'm feeling like wearing a foundation. The concealer is good, although the doe foot applicator did break on mine, so I have to get a new one. But it's awesome. It's really nice. Nothing is super matte. It's more like a natural kind of like satin finish, which is great. The highlighter's good. Everything that I've tried is wonderful. So check out Believe Beauty if you have a Dollar General near you. It is a great, great, great way to kind of bulk up your makeup collection without spending a ton of money. Today I'm gonna give a shout out to Coastal Scents, because I've been using them for years and years and years. I actually have to replace a palette that I have because Aurora got into it. But again, like Believe Beauty, fantastic. You do have to order online, but oh my gosh, the quality of their eyeshadows are just, I feel like nobody talks about them, and people should be talking about them. They have a sale going on right now. Right now, it is April 19th at, I don't know what time it is, like 2 o'clock. And they have a sale going on right now, 99-cent single eyeshadows. Go get them right now. Pause this video and go look. And then come back. Please come back. For the purpose of this video, for something affordable, I think this palette is $9. I'm going to use their Revealed 2 palette, which I got when Aurora was in the hospital because it looks very much like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. It has very similar tones. So if that's a palette that you have looked at, but it's out of your price range, whoop, there's a bug. Check this one out. The tones are really nice. It actually has more colors than the ABH one, and the quality is really good. So we're just gonna do something really basic, something super fast that you can do, stab myself in the face, do to get out the door, that doesn't require like any skill. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm only gonna use 2 brushes for this because I'm lazy. And when I'm trying to get out the door, I don't have time to go through 14 brushes to get just a super basic eyeshadow look. So we're gonna use, this is from the same collection, it's dirty, as my highlighting brush from Emax Design. I got it on Amazon. Actually, I think a friend bought these for me a couple years ago. They're really good, I mean, for Amazon. So we're gonna, I have not thought this through. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna do this color here. It's a super basic beigey color. The only bummer about this palette is it doesn't have a mirror. It's the only thing that I don't like. But other than that, it's a fantastic palette. A little bit dusty, but what do you do? And then I'm just going to run this through my crease. To find your crease, look straight forward, hold a mirror just below you. Where you have that line, that's where your crease is. Seems really basic, but now you know. So I'm just gonna run that through there super fast. I'm just whacking it on, not really paying attention. It's just going in, just to give some depth to that area. So you can kind of see it just added a little bit of depth to that crease area. Next, I'm gonna go in with, I think the shade here. Same brush, just a little bit. That's going to go in the outer corner. And I just, again, whack it in there. I do little circular motions on that outer corner and then drag it up into the crease. These shadows blend so well. So again, shout out to Coastal Scents. Nothing in this video is sponsored. One day. But I love Coastal Scents so much. They're so good and their customer support is amazing. So that's really all I do for that. I go in with another fluffy brush. This one is from Mikasa Beauty. This is their E300. And I'll just blend out the edges a little bit there. And then since this is the brush that I already have in my hand because lazy, I'm going to go in with a shimmer color. People say you shouldn't wear shimmer colors as you get older, but I don't care, I like them. And I'm gonna use this like peachy gold here. And just on that Mikasa Beauty brush, even though it's a blending brush, whatever, I'm just gonna sweep that across the lid. Just to fill in that space. It doesn't look super shimmery, but it gives a little bit of color. That's what that looks like. I'll zoom in so you can see. Next for eyeliner, I'm going to use the e.l.f. No Budge Retractable Liner in Coffee. I like this one. It doesn't wind up all over my under eye. I don't do a thick line here. Wow, what happened to me? What happened? Gosh. Come closer. I don't go like a super line here. I like to be super subtle about it and I can't do it on camera, but I just tightline. Takes 2 hands. I'll be right back. I don't know if you can tell, this eye has the tightline. This eye does not. Just kind of adds a little bit of something to the lash line, makes your lashes look thicker, kind of opens up the eye a little bit. And there's the eyeliner done. I don't do anything on my lower lash because I feel like it closes my eyes up a little bit more. Occasionally I will do a shadow on the bottom lash. For the sake of this video, this is just supposed to be fast, easy, beginner makeup. I'm not going to do anything. At this point, before I do my mascara, I am going to go back in with my setting spray and drench my face. Yeah, she drenched. Now that I'm looking lovely and dewy, I'm going to do mascara. I'm going to go in with the... What the hell is this? This is the L'Oreal. I don't know why I struggle so hard to read in these videos. L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and this is the waterproof one. I used to hate waterproof mascaras, but as I get older, they work better for me, so I don't know. Things change. This is supposed to be the dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex, which is also wonderful. I have the waterproof version of that as well. I have hair on my face. Get off! And I know a lot of people like to do multiple coats. I don't, I just do one. And I feel like that works fine for me. I should have used a lash curler. That's what it is. All that's left now is lips. I'm gonna do it very simply. I'm not gonna use lipstick. I'm gonna use a combination of a lip liner and a lip gloss. The lip liner that I have is the Essence Stay 8-Hour Liner. This is in the color Mood 05. And then the lip glosses that I have are the new Maybelline Hyaluronic Acid Lifter Gloss. Guys, I was an English major. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I have 2 shades. I have 007 Amber and 008 Stone. They look very, very similar. But I'm going to use Amber. It's a little bit more orangey. And I am one of those people that likes to overdraw their lips a little bit, because I just feel like they look a little bit better. And I'll start from the corner of my mouth down, and I only overdraw the outer portions, the outer part. And from there, just fill it in a little bit. Nothing has to be perfect because you're going over it with that gloss. This color is so pretty. And then, I'm also not one of those people that can just like whoop, like in one fell swoop. I have to take my time with it. And just fill it in a little bit. And then we're gonna go in with the lip gloss. And these are pretty. They don't have any shimmer to them, but I think the packaging is what sold me because they just look super sleek. They taste, oh my god. The taste is so gross. It's like, oh god, artificial vanilla. I don't like vanilla to begin with. Not vanilla, it's caramel. Like bad vanilla caramel nastiness. It's just awful. But they look pretty. So that's what we get, I guess. And that is the finished look. It's kind of dewy, very simple, very natural looking. You can still see everything peeking through. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and recommend to your friends. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Bye. Next for eyeliner, I'm gonna go in with the,